Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a super cool short little unboxing video to share with you guys. This was an impulse buy. This was literally something that I was scrolling through. It was something that I saw while I was scrolling through PVK Vegas. This is something I bought. Nobody did me any special favors, but I very often return to PVK Vegas to see what they've got in stock, because they seem to, more often than not, have the hidden gems. And this was absolutely one of those times. This is a USA Microtech. It is a signature series. And it is a crazy one. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me. And please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. I have no idea if these are still there. I saw this new, well, it's not a new blade shape. It's a blade shape that it used to be exclusive to customs. And I thought, man, that is so wicked. If they ever do a production version of that, I would gladly pick it up. I saw that they were doing it in Ultratech, and I was like, I'm kind of tempted. I don't know. And then, they did it in this model. So yeah, super excited. Here's the PVK card. I'll make sure that PVK is linked down below. So what do we have here? Oh, it's a spicy boy for sure. Yes. All right. So we have a large boy here, right? That looks somewhat familiar. Serial number 35. Wow. January of 2023 was when this is created. That looks just like your other one. It is not just like my other one, and I will demonstrate why. Are you ready? Oh my God, that is so cool. It looks like it's broken, right? That's what everybody wants to say. It looks like somebody snapped the blade off. That's exactly why I bought this. This, I think, is unofficially referred to as the Hellraiser, but, oh no, it's Hellhound Razor. Which is, it has that Hellhound appearance, but it doesn't have a tip. It just comes to this razor blade. So what's cool about this is the taper is different than the Ultratechs. They're tilted a different way. The blade comes further out, which truthfully, it makes more sense, right, from a utilitarian standpoint. The Ultratechs that are, the blunted tip is back here and it curves this way, right? This, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's functional, very, very sharp, right, etc. Doesn't have much of a tip. You can still use it to like dig into packages or whatever. But for me, this was just a holy crap. I cannot believe that this exists. I got to do that again. That is so wicked. I don't know what it is about this blade shape that is just so cool. Look at that. God, that is wicked, man. It looks like a nonsensical weapon from a video game, right? Here's the thing that I find the funniest about this. This feels here. I'll get my my Hellhound out. So now I've got two combat Troodons now. This one and then the Hellhound Tanto that my wife got me for Christmas back in, what was this, 2019. So yeah, and this is, you know, the combat Troodon. This is actually the third one that I've owned. The first one, sadly, my first one ever that oh my gosh. I bought at Empire Outfitters for, get ready, $365. The one that you're seeing here, it stung a little bit to pay what I did. But I had to, because the only alternative to get this blade shape was to buy the customs for $1,500 or $2,000 or whatever. But anyways, what was I starting to say? Oh, what I find so funny about this is this is something that I maintain about switchblades in general. The nature of a double action OTF, not switchblades in general, double action out the front OTFs. These types of knives in particular are the ones that are, you know, considered to be the most scary by non-knife people. It's scary because the media has portrayed them exclusively as weapons. We always see them in the action movies, right? The bad guys in the alley are always carrying the switchblades, the ones that come out the front. They can only have one purpose. it's a weapon, right? When in reality, I argue and maintain this argument to this day that double action OTF automatic knives are actually the safest knives, the safest pocket knives in existence. Why? Because it takes a lot of deliberate force to throw the blade, right? These are under a lot of tension pushing back the other way, which means a little kid can't pick this up and fire. In fact, there's a lot of adults that have trouble firing this thing, right? The other thing is to retract the blade, to get it, the blade retracts completely and totally inside of the handle, right? There's no part of the blade is not going to accidentally come out. It only comes out with deliberate force, right? It also will not, contrary to popular belief, it will not puncture the surface of whatever you hold it up to. It just sort of, you have to reset it, right? So there's no danger there at all. I mean, it might give you a little poke, right? And then also, it is no faster than your average pocket knife, right? It's the couch ninjas all believe that, but they're just silly. So the fact that this one doesn't have a tip makes it, despite looking like, I'm going to say this looks about as aggressive as I have ever seen a switchblade. This is about the most aggressive looking. I mean, it is literally an automatic straight razor. An automatic OTF straight razor. I think this is actually the safest pocket knife that I've ever handled on this channel. I think you're less likely to accidentally hurt yourself with this than almost anything else that I have reviewed. I honestly, a Victorinox slip joint is technically more dangerous than this. I mean, I've cut myself with Victorinox or slip joints in general on accident more times than I can count, right? But yeah, that's funny. I think that's actually the case. Now, is this a practical blade shape? I mean, for many reasons, no. I mean, it's sharp, but because of the grind and where it actually starts to drop, starts to taper towards the cutting edge, and the fact that it is flat ground and not hollow ground, it almost looks convex, but I know that that's not the case. It's flat ground. It's pretty thick behind the edge, right? It's just meant to look crazy, look wicked, right? And it is. It absolutely looks like the end of the blade was broken off. And I don't know why that's so appealing to me, but it is. This is very cool. I'm noticing that the finish on the aluminum here is a little less, I think my old one is a little more matte. This one seems to be slightly more reflective. As far as blade play, it's extremely solid. Let's check the old versus 2019. It actually has less blade play than my 2019 version. This is actually easier to deploy than this guy, slightly. But does it have the same power? Yeah, it feels the same. It's the exact same recoil. It's just, for some reason, this is easier to operate. Outside of that, though, I don't think there are any... Ooh, no. This has a fatter switch. Maybe that must be why. Well, the body's not different. They just made the switch fatter. Yeah, they lipped it over the side. I see what they did there. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. I guess they made the switches a little fatter here. Did they change anything else? Nope. Well, they're still insistent on that glass breaker there. Well, that's nice. I'm really glad. That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh, it's a little more comfortable. I mean, the button still has those aggressive steps on it, right? And we still have the button movement in the open position. In the closed position, nothing. No movement at all. In the open position, the button rattles a little bit. I mean, that's okay. So, same button rattle in the open position as has always been the case since. I mean, my first one from 2014 did that. Less blade play, a wider firing switch, and easier, for that exact reason, an easier to manipulate setup. This is super cool, and I am very, very happy with it. The only other configuration that I would have considered is exactly this, but with a bronze blade, but they did these first. The blade steel, I believe, is M390. Could be 204P. Honestly, it didn't really matter to me. but it's usually M390 204P or LMAX. I legitimately don't care. I just really wanted to pick this up. Very cool. You will get a review on this guy because it is a weird blade shape. And I haven't reviewed the Combat Troodon since I got the Hellhound in 2019. And they apparently have changed a couple of things. So let me play around with this. I'll give you guys a full comprehensive review for anybody who cares. I will link PVK Vegas down in the description so you guys can check them out. You absolutely should if you have not. That's going to be pretty much it today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.